It's kind of back to normal, right? The way you guys do it.
We normalize competition, and regardless of circumstance, man, that was this club's got heart, it's got talent, it's got all the variables that make greatness.
Is there anything left to be said about Jackson Merrill and what he's meant to this team and how he's been able to step up in these big moments?
We can't understate it. It can't be understated. It's got to be said. This guy, I most don't know about pro either, man. It was a huge swing. But, Jackson, not making it bigger than it is. Just letting his talent play. Talent's really, really, really good. Got this wonderful ability to slow the game down, and in bigger moments, just that was really unbelievable ability to play.
You mentioned Jurickson, a career-high 21st home run, and to your point, it can't be understated what he's meant to this ball club and him coming up with a big moment right there, too.
Yeah, man, that was huge, right there, and scratching and clawing the whole game, the whole series, hard-fought series, obviously, and, went for it, and, guys were able to pretty much keep him right there, and Pro did his thing, man. I give McCoy a lot of credit for the at-bat leading up to that. There's a lot of heroes in this. We're going to rightfully talk about Jackson. He needs to be center stage with Profar, but a lot of heroes in McCoy. His bat able to get on, and we may get to it, but I'll go ahead and bullpen, man. Those guys are unsung, man. Sometimes Hoeing, Estrada. Adam. Intos put a swing on him. He's been fantastic. Scott Suarez, just phenomenal job by the bullpen.
To your point, the bullpen was huge today, and how much does that feed on the bullpen understanding that this is a team that can come back, and the team coming back knowing that the bullpen's going to be able to hold, just sort of feeding on each other?
That's right. That's how it works. When you have all the parts working, starters looking to go deep, giving innings, make sure we don't have to overuse the bullpen, but when we need them, we need them. The bullpen knowing they've got a job to do, and that's either to preserve it or hold it. Today they held it, and our offensive job is to make sure we do all the things that are required to take good at bats regardless of circumstance. If we're down, we're going to find a way, and if we're up, it's never enough.
How close were those seventh inning balls from Peralta down each line?
I don't know, man. I'm managing the game. You tell me.
Pretty close. You looked like you were upset before the last one.
Yeah, I was bothered because there seemed to be some issue with our team competing, in a sense. So, I don't know if they got the calls right or wrong. My sense is the one down the first base line, David said it was foul. The one at third, we can look at it. I don't know. You guys have again seen it more than I have. I had to manage the game, but I didn't have time to look at it. But we take exception to guys are competing, and that was my exception. Is guys are going to get excited a little bit.
Was that with the umpires? You mean we're taking exception to the guys competing?
That's correct. Yeah.
Jackson thrown out. Was he going on his own? And it looked like he was upset in the way he responded. I guess first of all, was he going on his own?
He was upset
when he was thrown out, and he was kind of stewing in the outfield a little bit, and then he responded a couple innings later with a blast. I'm just curious about when he attempted to steal.
Yeah,
was he on his own, and how do you think he responded to that?
I think Jackson's an elite competitor and probably was upset that he came off the bag and was called out. But you can ask Jackson that. He had the green light once we got to 2 strikes with David, and he ran. He was safe, and he came off the bag. As far as his feelings, and I don't know where you're going with the question, quite honestly, but can you help me understand?
I just see a kid that focuses a lot. He made a mistake, and to me, and we'll ask him about this, but it looked like he atoned for that pretty well. He
atoned for a grade. That wasn't part of the question. Yeah, that wasn't part of the question. Atoned for a grade. Yeah, I would expect, just so we talked about the close calls. When guys compete, they're going to have emotion. One thing I love about this team is they have emotion without getting emotional and allow it to affect their performance, which I think is what you're alluding to. Same thing with me. I can have an exception with a call or a situation, and doesn't mean I'm right, but I can get right back into being present and managing and making, good decisions along with our players. So, but as far as his reaction to the outfield, imagine he was upset that he came off the bag and he was a tie and run.
Scan kind of touched on this in his question, but you went after this game pretty aggressively with your bullpen. You used all your guys even though you're down. Is that kind of a product of what your offense has shown you this season? It
was a product of, and I'll say this a lot when we do it, yes, but I can't do it every night. If you look at the card, we had guys that hadn't pitched in 3 or 4 days. It's a close game. Other guys have been carrying the mail, keeping it close. It is a trust factor in your offense. We are in the middle of a stretch of games, so you got to be prudent with how you use your bullpen because the day is going to be affected by the next 1 to 4 days, quite frankly. But once we, get in a situation where we're only, right in striking distance, we can't do it every night because people wonder why not. It just doesn't work that way. But, had all those guys for 2 to 4 days down, and they were fresh, and other guys have been pitching. It was their day to go keep it where it was to give us a chance.
Jackson's done it now against some pretty elite relief pitchers.
Yeah.
What do you make about him in those moments against those particular guys and the way he can kind of handle just about anyone?
I think Jackson makes it about what he's going to do and is respectful of what he's going to see and was looking to compete and figure out how he's going to get on the upper hand of it. Yes, ma'am. He was good today. Yu Darvish was really good today. 3 up and downs, ball coming out clean, good velocity, spin was good. Most importantly, you felt good about it. I mean, Darvish felt really good about it. Seemed like it looked good. We're evaluating what the next steps are, whether it's going to be another live or whether it's going to be an actual rehab opportunity.
I know you just got off the field from a pretty intense series here, but you are going to St. Louis this week. Do you have any early kind of thoughts on what that might be like for you? I know you're not there yet, but what that might be like for you.
Yeah, I'm not going to ignore that it's about to happen, but, it's similar to what I preach with our players, talk about Jackson, talk about facing, whoever. We're going to go play baseball. We're going to be prepared to play and compete, and I'm confident and that we'll do just that. I look forward to it.